Hi, welcome to the Board Game Society. My name is Austin, and today I'll be showing you a quick run-through of the Kickstarter game, NETA-TANKA. NETA-TANKA is a worker placement game for 2 to 4 players, designed by Herve Rigal and published by Boite de Jeu. It has a runtime of 60 to 90 minutes. So stick with me, and I'll be going through the setup of the game, as well as playing 1 or 2 rounds, and come back at the end with my final thoughts. NETA-TANKA, it's a go! Before going in the run-through, please note that everything you see in this video is a work in progress and may change with the final version. To set up the game, start by shuffling the NETA-TANKA cards. Place 5 cards face up alongside the board and flip the first card of the deck. Each time a card will be taken, it will be replaced with the top card of the deck. You can play these cards at any time during your turn, either for the effect on the front of the card or for the generosity point on the back of the card. The setup for the handicraft cards is the same. Place 5 cards face up and flip the first card of the deck. These cards provide bonuses as well. On the left of the card are shown the resources needed to build the object and acquire the end of game victory points. Next up, we will shuffle the canoe cards and draw a number of cards depending on the number of players. We will need 5 cards for a 2-player game, 7 cards for a 3-player game, and the whole deck of 10 cards for a 4-player game. These will also serve to count the rounds of the game. Make sure that you flip the top card as well. You then place the visiting nomad beside the canoe cards on the village board. During the game, one of the actions will allow you to welcome the visiting nomad and gain 1 additional action for your next turn. After that, place the totem pole board corresponding to the number of players beside the board. The boards correspond to 2 players, 4 players, or 3 players. For the current run-through, we are playing a 3-player game. Each player will then place their totem pole token on the leftmost space, as shown here. The leftmost position makes you lose 3 points at the end of the game. Then, depending on the height of your totem, you will get either 0 or 4 points. And if you have the tallest totem at the end of the game, you get 8 points. Each time you build your totem, you will move your token accordingly. We then position next to the board the different resources for the game. There's wood, skin, mushrooms, meat, as well as the generosity points. Different resources will be placed on the board according to their locations. In the forest, place 3 wood tokens and 1 mushroom token. Same goes for the tanning area. Place 3 meat tokens. Then, place 2 buffalo tokens in the hunting area and place 1 on the caught side and the other one on the not caught side. Place the 8 link tokens face down on the link location with no icon. When this link will be activated, the player will choose any 1 token of their choice. Make sure the appropriate number of canoe cards as well as the visiting nomad have been placed. This completes the village board setup. Then, hand out each player a clan board with their respective nomads. For a 3-player game, all 4 nomads will be used. For a 4-player game, only 3 nomads will be used. For a 2-player game, you take an additional 4 nomads of a different color, thus having 8 nomads divided in 2 colors. Please make sure to follow along the written rule for nomad placement for a 2-player game, as it is a bit different than a 3 and 4-player game. Each player also receives starting resources. They have 2 skin, 1 wood, and 1 mushroom token, which will allow us to eventually build up our totem. Tents need 2 skin, and 1 wood to build. Always start from left to right. Also note that in between some tents, different resources are needed to continue the build. On the bottom of the clan board, you will find the nourishment section. Each space in this section can receive either 1 meat or 1 mushroom token. For each space filled, points will be awarded according to the token. Here again, slots are filled from left to right. When the first 5 slots are filled up, you will unlock the copy power. This power allows you to place a nomad on a certain single space location already occupied by 1 nomad of another color. The totem location on your clan board will allow you to build up your totem by stacking up 2 wood and 1 bone token. For every combination created, 5 points will be given at the end of the game. The higher the totem, the more points will be given at the end. On the right side of your clan board, you will find the handicraft section. Once you've built the corresponding cards, slide them underneath their own section. These are the drum, the bow, and the clothes. In addition to the points earned for crafting them, at the end of the game, each set of 3 different type will earn you an additional 5 points. Finally, deal 1 objective card to each player. These are to remain secret and will give you additional points if completed by the end of the game. Also note that if the card cannot be completed, you may discard it to obtain 1 generosity point. The first player token is to be given to the person that lost the last game, or otherwise to a random player. A game round consists of 3 successive phases. The first phase is the placement of your workers, your nomads. Starting with the first player will take turns and place 1 nomad on any available location on the village board. Some locations can only contain 1 nomad. Others are called elder locations, and these have a circle around the meeple. These locations cannot be copied, not even with the copy power. Certain locations are open, meaning that you can place your nomad here even if it already contains nomad of other colors. The center location, the Nētā-Tanka location, can be single or open depending on the number of players. Every canoe card has 2 available actions, left or right, leaving the location maxed out at 2 nomads. These cards also represent the round markers. When no more cards are available, the game ends. During phase 1, each player will place their nomad on an available location. First player starts, then second player goes, third player, so on and so forth, and back to the first player, until every single nomad has been placed. Phase 2, the resolve action, now starts. Starting with the first player, each player takes 1 turn performing all of the actions corresponding to your nomad's location in any order you'd like, including available links if there is. When the action is finished, simply lay down your nomad to indicate that you've completed this one. Links can be established if 2 of your nomads connect both sides of the link. If this is the case, you gain the appropriate token or action mentioned on the board. As for the link in the middle of the board, if you are to connect both sides, you get to choose 1 of the available tokens. Once the first player has done all of their actions, continue on with the second player, and so on. Now comes phase 3, the end of the round. Each player will take back their nomads, and the top canoe card will be taken out and replaced with a new one, flipped up as well. A little annotation concerning the forest and the hunt elder. Instead of taking back your nomad, he will continue in the steps of the elder. Move your nomad along the steps to the appropriate location. Your nomad will remain there until the next turn. Looking at the village board here, we have the forest location. we can visit the Elder of the Forest, which will give us a wood token. Note that there is a blue hand underneath the token. This means that it is taken directly from the general reserve. The other Elder action is to take one wood from our supply to build our totem. Remember that if you have a nomad at this location, the next turn he will follow the footsteps of the Elder and change location. This location here allows us to take one generosity token, as well as adding 3 wood and 1 mushroom token, even if there are others already there. Simply stack them up. The location on top allows us to take 1 wood from the forest or all of the mushrooms available. The rightmost location will allow us to build our totem with 1 wood token from our reserve. This location here allows us to gain 2 wood tokens from the forest, and in the event that you establish a link, you would gain an additional wood token from the forest. This section of the board here depicts the Elder of Handicrafts. Visiting the Elder will allow you to gain 1 handicraft card from the ones available to be kept on your clan board. They will need the appropriate resources to be completed. The other Elder action will allow you to place one of the resources on said handicraft card. The action here also allows you to place 1 resource on a handicraft card. Once the card is completed, you can then slide it under your clan board, gaining you the points on said card. This location here allows you to use your wood and or skin token to build your tents. The location shown here allows you to make up to 3 offerings. You can give 1 generosity to gain 1 resources, or vice versa. You can return 1 generosity token to take 1 handicraft card, and you can return 1 generosity token to benefit from a link on the board. Please note that you cannot benefit from the same link 3 times. The last location shown here allows us to simply gather 1 generosity token. The last sector here represents the Elder of the Hunt. He allows us to gather 1 meat from the general reserve or to build our tents. Following his footsteps will allow us to gain 1 generosity token and flip one of the buffalo tokens to caught. Going on to the tanning area will allow you to flip a buffalo token to not caught, and adding 3 skins and 3 meat tokens to your location. If there are no buffalo that are caught, simply skip this step. Your normal action will consist of gathering 2 skin tokens. The smoked meat location allows you to return 1 wood from your reserve in order to take up to 2 meat available in the tanning area. The final section of the village board is the Elder of the Nourishment, which allows you to nourish your clan. The left action allows you to take 1 mushroom from the general reserve, and the right action allows you to nourish your clan by placing either 1 mushroom or 1 meat token on the designated area of your clan board. The top location also allows you to nourish your clan. This is the same action as the Elder of the Nourishment. The canoe cards on top will allow you generally to take 2 actions. The left side action will allow you to pick up goods from the general reserve. Please note that the black bar is a separator. This means that you take either 1 resources or the other. You cannot take both. The right side action will allow you either to pick up a handicraft card or to become the first player for the next turn and welcome the visiting nomad. Either case, you need to either sacrifice a meat token or 2 mushroom tokens. Placing a nomad on the middle location, the NETA-TANKA location, will allow you 2 actions. For the price of 1 meat or 2 mushroom, you can pick up a NETA-TANKA card on the left. These cards are bonuses and can be used anytime during the game. The right side of the NETA-TANKA location is to use one of your bone in your resources to build up your totem. So after playing a few games with our group, this game is actually very well designed. It's not easy. It may look easy, but it's completely the opposite. The aspect of actually choosing the necessary locations to where you want to put them and versus what they're going to do, it's very hard. I mean, maybe not for you guys, but at least it was for me, because you really have to think, okay, am I the first player? What they're going to play, and it brings an interesting aspect to the game, which is pretty good for the worker placement games in general. The clan board here, brings a different kind of game rule. Really do like the nourishment section here, which allows you to use the copy power. The little copy power here is pretty good because not only does it allow you to completely rethink your strategy, but it allows you to disadvantage another player by actually using what they use. So if I give you an example that I do have a person in this location and I actually did want this, I just go ahead and use another meeple. Let's say this is another color, so I can copy certain locations of certain locations. Given that it really does bring out the different aspect of the game, it's really nice. I did lose when I played, so strategically speaking, I'm a newbie, but it really was good. The resources are nice. I heard there was a lot of not new, but interesting stretch goals coming up. Tokens are going to be nice. The board, everything you see anyways, is a work in progress. So stretch goals will bring new quality to the game. Very, very, very interesting. It's I consider it a must. I definitely will back this campaign. Again, my name is Ben, and if you like the game in general, just check out their Kickstarter page right here, or click in the link below. Subscribe to the Board Game Society for new games, upcoming Kickstarter editions, and hope to see you soon.